Okay, guys, for those of you who are still, let's say, crazy enough to believe in coincidence, Matt Taibbi, the journalist who broke the Twitter files, right? The guy that was given access to all of the backstory about Twitter manipulating an election, smothering conservative voices, pushing away the Hunter Biden laptop story. The guy that was granted access by Elon Musk was slated to testify before Congress, before Jim Jordan and the Weaponization of Government Committee that he heads. You probably remember from my Triggered podcast, we had Jim Jordan on there talking about just this. And magically, on the same day that Matt Taibbi was testifying before Congress, the IRS comes knocking on his door. Guys, listen, maybe coincidences happen, but not anymore in 2023. I don't believe in this much coincidence. And if you've been watching literally anything for like the last 6 years, you shouldn't either. The fact that the IRS showed up at Matt Taibbi's house on the same day that he testified before Congress and their new committee investigating the weaponization of the federal government is a little bit beyond ironic or suspicious. It's absolutely insane. Okay? This is exactly what they're doing, folks. If they don't like what you're saying, if they don't like the narrative that you put out there, they're going to come after you, right? There's almost zero chance, in my opinion, I'll have to say that so I don't get censored, that this is a coincidence. That they would just magically happen to be looking at the guy. It's not like the IRS doesn't have a strong history of doing this. It's not like the government hasn't shown a clear interest in going after their political enemies as of late. DA Alvin Bragg, the IRS, even before Trump, under Obama. What the hell is going on in our country, right? The IRS visiting the home of a journalist the day he's testifying before a congressional panel about the weaponization of government. Like, that is the weaponization of government. And if we pretend that this isn't happening under our very noses right now, we are doing ourselves a huge disservice. Okay? It is absolutely insane. Matt Taibbi's opening statement on the Twitter files. Twitter, Facebook, Google, and other companies developed a formal system for taking in moderation requests from every corner of government. FBI, DHS, HHS, DOD, the Global Engagement Center, etc., etc. That's his opening line. And we think that it's a coincidence that the IRS knocks on his door that day. I don't know what's going on in our country, folks, but it ain't good. Okay? The left has weaponized and radicalized every faction of our government, and it's time for us to say enough is enough. If we don't push back now by voting, by getting out there, by calling it out for what it is, it's our fault when we no longer have a country. It's our fault when we live in communist China part 2.0, because we will have done nothing to stop it. This is clearly an attempt to intimidate a journalist, and yet the rest of journalism, the rest of the media, strangely silent. I wonder why. Maybe because they're okay with it. They're okay with censoring an alternate viewpoint because our media doesn't exist and they're an absolute disgrace. There's not even a pretense of objectivity anymore, folks.